The first official sneak peek at chapter 35 of Boruto is packed with symbolism, and there's a lot to unpack here, but the longer I sat with this scene, the clearer it became. This is the setup for a brand new arc, and that's exactly what I want to break down. But before we get into it, if you're enjoying this kind of deep dive content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'm working my way toward my first 1,000 subscribers, and I'm already halfway there. Alright, let's get into it. I think the best place to start is with the most obvious thing. Sarada isn't just standing there, she's testing her own vision, and based on how the scene is framed, she seems to be gauging the limits of her Sharingan's perception, how far she can see, how clearly, after pushing herself with Ohurume. And that's not a throwaway detail you can just scroll past. Even back in earlier chapters, Sakura was openly worried about her daughter's eyes. Sarada's Mangekyō Sharingan is incredibly powerful, but any Naruto fan knows exactly what that kind of power costs. Kakashi wore someone else's Sharingan for years, and paid for it constantly with chakra exhaustion. And here's the question that keeps nagging at me. What if Sarada has already noticed serious signs of deterioration, and she's out here trying to figure out how bad it actually is? If that's what's happening, this scene stops being a training session. It becomes something quieter, a personal diagnosis, a character alone trying to measure her own limits and figure out what to do next. And right at that moment, a kunai drops in front of her. That's where I think things get really interesting, because that kunai has the Uzumaki clan spiral on it clear as day. Most of you are probably going to jump to Sakura or Kakashi showing up to help her out. But hold on, why would Sakura mark a kunai with another clan's symbol? Why would Kakashi use the Uzumaki mark on his weapons? Neither of those really adds up. But there's one character for whom that symbol makes complete and total sense, and that's Boruto. And the thing is, it's not just about the Uzumaki family connection, it's about the flying Raijin. Since the time skip, Boruto has built his entire fighting style around markers and mobility. We've already seen how confidently he uses the techniques that once made Minato a legend. In that context, a kunai thrown with the Uzumaki symbol on it, it's a pre-placed teleportation point. Boruto is officially an enemy of the village. He can't just stroll into Konoha in broad daylight, but he can leave a marker behind. He can create a path, and that changes everything about this scene. Because if that kunai really does belong to Boruto, it means he's been watching over Sarada from the shadows for a long time. Not out of sentiment, out of cold, calculated strategy, because Code is about to make his special interest in her very clear. This is what's changed since the time skip. The old Boruto threw himself into danger first and figured things out on the fly. The new Boruto anticipates threats ahead of time and quietly builds a safety net around the people he can't protect openly. One thrown kunai communicates that better than any monologue ever could. But there's another storyline here that I think people are seriously underestimating, and that's Sakura. A lot of people see her right now as just a mom, but they're forgetting who she actually is. One of the greatest medical ninja in the entire shinobi world. The wielder of the Byakugo, a technique that gives her a profound understanding of cellular destruction and regeneration. She may very well be able to use that technique to support Sarada's eyes during training, and it makes sense that Sarada's training would happen under the watch of both Sakura and Boruto, given that Sakura has come to accept that Sarada is on Boruto's side. The eternal Mangekyō solved the problem through replacement. Byakugo could potentially solve it through restoration, with Sakura guiding the process. If the manga goes in this direction, Sakura stops being a background character and becomes a critical piece of Sarada's development. Not a combat mentor, but someone who is literally keeping her daughter's vision alive. And when you put all of that together, the whole picture starts to click. Boruto covers Sarada from the outside through markers and surveillance. Sakura covers her from the inside through the Byakugo. And Sarada herself, in this moment, is genuinely confronting the cost of her own power for the very first time, which brings us to what I think is the real theme of this entire scene. Sarada is an Uchiha, and by every law of this universe, her next leap in power has to begin with a crisis. Sasuke gained everything he had through suffering and pressure, but there's one fundamental difference between her and every Uchiha who came before her, and I really want you to think about this. She's not reaching for power through hatred or isolation. She's reaching for it through responsibility, and the Uzumaki symbol on the kunai isn't just a detail. It's a visual reminder that she carries another legacy, Boruto's legacy, the bond that Naruto and Sasuke once embodied seed, now carried forward by their kids. Sarada is walking a different path, and the manga seems to be making that very intentional. That's why I think this teaser isn't just a hype moment before the action kicks in. This is the beginning of an arc where Sarada truly confronts the limits of her own eyes for the first time, and finds her way forward not through some new power-up, but through the people standing beside her. Sometimes the next level doesn't start with getting stronger. It starts with understanding the cost of what you already have. And I think that's exactly what we're being shown right now. So here's my question for you. Do you think that kunai belongs to Boruto with a pre-placed flying Raijin marker, or do you have a different theory? Drop it in the comments and don't forget to hit like.